Hello everyone, this is Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Crafts. Well, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's part 2 of why I started to play the don'ts. And in part 1, I'm not going to go over the first 8 or 9 minutes I spent of that 30-minute video explaining my rationality of what happened when I was early on. We're going to get right to the playing. This is part 2 of why I started playing the don'ts. After part 1, we started out with a $300 buy-in, which we will for the first several of the series of parts of this series, and we're going to continue with a $300 buy-in. We were $13 down, 13. And if you read my description on my About page, you'll see I consider money management a key part after losing a lot of money in the beginning of playing craps. So, once again, we're going to come with a quarter on the don't. It'll be all random shooters. Full house again. I know, guys, I do this all the time. There's 4s full of 5s. Oops. Also, I always played, for some reason, a $3 ATS in the beginning. Progressed up to a $5 ATS at my local casino, and that's where I stay for the most part nowadays and incorporate a fire bet in mine. My table's not laid out for a fire bet, but it does have the ATS. All right, and we're going to go through at least 3 shooters, time dependent, maybe 4 or 5, but no more than 5 shooters. Dice are out. All right, there's a 9, so the point's going to be 9. And when the point is 9, it makes it a little more difficult because we're going to have more action in play than what I was willing in the beginning to risk on the odds to make it sort of balance itself, if that makes sense. So it's $15 minimum tables, how I learned to play, 15 and 25. And trust me, when it was 25, a lot of times I would walk out because I just wasn't comfortable playing that amount. All right, so right now we have 51 in play there. Sorry, guys. 30 and 45 and then 6, 51. And all we have covered is the 5, 6, and 8. And there are several videos out there to talk about playing the 6, 7, 8. And that's a whole different series. Jacob from Wager Me This does an excellent job on playing the 6, 7, 8. Blows my mind how well he knows the game and definitely knows what he's talking about. He also incorporates the Anything But 10, which is a series coming up. I'm going to be playing the Anything But 10, but right now it's why I play the don'ts. I have to get some money in the field to complete the Iron Cross. So I'm added 15 more to it. Now we have 66 at risk against 25. That's way too lopsided. I always, in the beginning, started out by playing in increments of 30, and it really blows some of the dealers' minds when I would go 99. They would say, you want to make that 90? And I would say, no, I don't want to make it 99. But I would always come out playing single odds on the 5, 6, 8, and 10-ish, single odds-ish, and up to sometimes 3 and 6 times on the 4 and 10. But we haven't hit the 4 or 10 yet in either one of these videos. So right now, if the 0.7 hits on this next roll, we would win $45 and lose 66. So it's important to get a couple wins in there. What I learned later on was to increase my odds, or better yet, you'll see that in the videos to come, I would make a bigger flat bet. A bigger flat bet and less odds, I would actually wind up losing less when the point was hit. All right, sounds like it doesn't make sense, but guys, it really does, and you really have to play it and play it for a while in order to see what I mean. All right, points 9, dice are out. There's a 6, 2, 8. It's a 6, 2, 8 up here in the corner. Easy 8. Okay, so this is part of the problem with hitting the box numbers, because we're going to lose this 15, and we are going to make 21. We didn't hit a box number. Remember from video 1, I would only press when I hit a box number. Sometimes it was frustrating to me because I would never hit a box number. So we're going to get paid 21. It's a $6 win. Now we've lowered that 66 down to 60. Bear with me. All right, dice are out. 0.7 out. So that's okay. Just bear with me. Once again, you would hear me say in the first video, I would watch the dealers take my money, which is their money, off the table. And even though I'm going to get paid down here, something just didn't seem right. And it wasn't right because we didn't reduce our exposure enough. But what we did do is, if we go back and count this, that's 45. We're $15 out, minus the 3 on the ATS. We're $18 out. If we had only been playing the light side with a $15 light pass line, 15, we would have 15 on the 9 here. 15, 15, 15, 15, with odds or without odds, whether you're playing this or not, we would be out at least 60-some dollars instead of out 15. All right, hope that makes sense to you. You'll see as we go along. All right. Going to come back out here for the ATS, 111. It'll be our next shooter. And in this series, guys, it's not always about winning big wins here. It's about money management and not losing as much. And that's where look, another full house. 4's full of 2s. Let's take the deuces. And that's where I didn't clone the term money management. I've heard it many times, but that's when it became in my brain that was very important. All right, so we're on the random shooter number 2. Dice are out. And we have a 5-3-8. So we got past the part of beating the come out 7 and 11 there. So it's right back to the same philosophy. Now this might seem boring, but the repetitiveness really pays off. So the point is 8. So this time we only have to play the 5, the 6, and the field. All right, so this time we have 48 with 25. When it's, I almost went to take the wrong chips. I put just single odds down here at $18 will win me 15. All right, making change. Just taking a quarter off. All right, 20, when the 7 comes, 25 and 18 will win 25 and 15. And you would see the power if I took that to 30. Sometimes we're not playing the 6, 7, 8, but you'll see. Let's just see it. We'll roll this out. It may take several videos to see what I'm talking about and to comprehend that, but we will roll that out. All right, so random roller. 6, 2, 8. Okay, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I just lost my line bet. Yeah, you did. And once again, in the first video that happened, and we could lose, keep hitting our points. But statistically wise, it's also a loser in the field. Statistically wise, well, I should say statistics because that's mathematics and this is more a theory than anything. I have found that it works its way out. And the only way to do it is to roll it. And the only way to see it without spending money is to get your own throwing station at home. Don't rely on the computer and the phone apps. They're great, very novel, but throw the dice yourself. See what comes when you throw them. Even if you have to get those little small dice that come with like Yahtzee or something. Just learn the rolls of the rotation of the 36 combinations. Dice are out. We're coming out. Guys, I think that would be a come out 7. I'm going to turn, oh, you can see it. I don't have to turn the roll tracker off. The casino would call that a 7 because it would land just like that. Okay. Oh, I didn't have my quarter out there anyway, but we would have. So we're going to lose that. And this session is going in the loss column really fast. I still, at the time playing this, I would be worried. But over time, I have learned that that doesn't bother me. And in the beginning, I didn't have a loss stop, plus I have a $300 buy-in. I would lose the whole $300 before I would leave. Now I go with a $600 buy-in. I have a $300 stop loss on my bet to cover bets-ish. 300 would be it, and I have a 20 to 30% win rate before I walk out, regardless of whether it's 1 shooter or 20 shooters. Dice are out. There's a point of 6, Point is 6. Again, we have not the favorable number for a don't player. It's a hard 6. I think I put that in as just any old 6. Key that in as a hard 6. So what we do is we slide that 18 to the 8. We come back out here for 15 in the field. That's our change. Goes to the bank. Random roller. And we'll see what happens. Dice are out. There's aces in both places. Okay? So that aces in both places now just makes up for that come out 7. Doesn't make up for the last loss we had, but it makes out for that come out 7 because we're going to get paid $30. All right? $30. And that's a field bet. I would press that 1 unit. I realize that I just said that it was a makeup of the come out 7. And that's what I think Jacob from Wager Me This, although I'm not speaking for him, he talks about the horn numbers more so on the come outs than he does anywhere else. But when he's playing his 6, 7, 8, or he's playing the Iron Cross, the power of those outside horn numbers is really important. Although he doesn't say that when he was talking, it was important to me. I got the message. Dice are out. And there's an 11. I think you probably can't see the 5. I'll bring that out. Here it is. 6 against the wall. So that's a yo 11. That's a field. That's a $15 winner. And what do we do with the $15 winners early on when I played? That's right. We would press. And now we are at 30 and 25. A dealer would color those up for the sake of the video. All right, dice are out. There's an 8. All right, now on the 30, it's going to pay us 35. And in my terms, the way that I was playing this early on, this is early on, guys. Don't comment that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. This is why I played the don'ts and how I learned it. It's a $35 win. We have 30. Okay. Now we've just recovered a little bit more of the loss from the previous shooter. We're nowhere near our 300, but we're tilting the scales. That's an 8. All right. Oh, you know what, guys? I totally forgot. I'm glad I didn't throw this yet and hit either one of them. I need to put my odds down. I'm going to have 18 in odds. I can get some change. And yes, I would actually make this mistake a lot of times in the casino, and I was hoping that either the stick or the dealer would say, you want odds down there? I mean, because they saw how I was playing, they would say that. So the house doesn't want you to play this because right now I'm a favorite. Even on the 6, I'm a favorite to win if my bets up here don't lopside what I'm going to win here. All right, dice are out. There's a 12. This couldn't go any better at this particular moment. When I would start playing earlier, I would go, hey, yay. So that's going to be another $30 winner. It's a field winner, guys. And I'm not saying this strategy is the right way to go, but this is how I started playing the don'ts. That requires, it's a $30 winner, that requires a press. Okay? So now we're at 36 on the 8 and 30 on the 5, and that's as far as I would go with pressing my bets early on. Remember, this is early on. Later on, I realized the amount of long rolls that I miss by just collecting, in this case, $42, when I could have pressed, and it would have been $49, $54, $70, and so forth. All right, dice are out. 6, 2, 8. Another. Now, in this case, remember, we're early on, so 6, 2, 8. I have 30, let's make sure I have 36. Or is it 30? Nope, it's 36. Okay, so that's going to pay me 42. And in the early days, this would be nothing but collect. Nothing but collect. So, 42. $42. All right, dice are out. There's a 3, and a 3 is a good number for us because we're in the field. That's $15. Now the rule is we press. But because I was so chicken and intimidated in the beginning, I would just collect. So I'm gonna put that over there. You'll see in the next couple parts, if you come back to watch these, when I start to change, to realize the power of the pressing, getting to a certain point and then regressing, including, I even get to a point where I know some people frown upon taking this down, but there is certain times that I take the don't down. In these early videos, you won't see the dice are out. That's a Yo 11, another field winner. Another field winner. So if you're keeping track of the math right now, without even looking at it, after what we've lost with the come out 11 and the initial loss on the first shooter, we're probably close to our 300 in play right now, back to that. But at some point, we're either going to hit the point of 6 or we're going to hit the point of 7, and that's just going to make it a wash at this point. But once again, I think we're on the positive side of this roll. It really wouldn't matter because it's about the money management. We're not going to lose it all. Dice are out. There's a 5. 4, 1, 5. And early on, guys, I would just let this roll out. I just would never know to turn my bets off or stop playing the field. So we're going to, it is a field loser. I wonder if I took that down the last time. Anyway, you'll put it in the comments if I didn't. So we have a 30 on it. It's going to pay us 35. It's a $35 winner. All right. I'm going to put the 15 back out of the wins. All right. Dice are out. And there's the 0.7 out. 6-1, 0.7 out. Now, again, I'm going to emphasize how I felt emotionally wise when I would say, damn. Well, that's not a damn, that's yay. Because of this over here, I would watch the dealer do this, take that money away, and I would felt like I was doing something wrong. So in this case, because it's the 6, we're going to quarter on the flat, 15 on the odds. We're going to put it all in the rack because we had 8 wins. Make sure they're all reds. We had 8 wins on that particular shooter. Let's see where we stand. I can tell you right now, guys, we are oops, I forgot this one up here. We are above the 300. We're on the plus side by losing the first shooter, getting to come out 11. All right, so 100, 200, 300, 350, 360. Under my 20 to 30% rule, I should leave, but I didn't do that back in the early days. We just kept right on going. So you can see that we're to the good. Not a lot, but to the good. All right, this is going to be the last shooter in this series because we're getting about where I wanted to be able to go with my length of my videos. If they were short rolls, I would have done 4 or 5 shooters. But in this case, it's 3 shooters. And we're going to go from there. Random roller. Dice are out. Oh, my $3 on the ATS. And we just did hit a come out 11 again. So there's $3 for the ATS. It's a come out 11. It's going to cost us a quarter. There's half of our, or most of our winnings that we were up. All right. So that is a come out 11. Dice are out. Looks like we get it right back. There's an acey-deucey. One of the things that watching Jacob from Wager Me This and getting his, he doesn't say it, is the way he portrays it. And I hope that's not an insult in no way to anybody. Don't take that wrong. But he doesn't worry about losing on the don't and he hedges very limited, except for when he plays anything but 10. But we just got it right back. Lost on the come out 11, got it back on the craps 3. I'll put that in as a win. Not that it really matters because it's a wash at the moment. Still trying to establish a point on this third and final shooter in this part of the series. Look at that, back-to-back acey-deucey. It's going to be a $25 win. All right, Dice are out. There's an 8. The point's going to be 8. Point is going to be 8. So now we're going to be doing the same thing we've been doing. This is what I did early on. It'll change, guys. It won't be this boring. But I just wanted to show you that when we get done with 3 to 5 shooters, we're not going to lose all the money. We could, but we're not going to lose all the money, and we would have lost a lot less than we would have playing just the light side only, waiting on that long roll. Okay, 15 in the field. Remember the same philosophy. Box hit, replace the field, goes to the rack for the win. Field hit, press, rest goes to the rack to win. All right, we have a point of 8. And dice are out. And there is a 9. That's a field win. Field win. That means that we are going to get paid 15. Press. And borrow the 1 from the rack to push the 6 to 24 and the 5 to 20. Now remember, early on, I stopped at the 30 to 36 range. Sometimes I would go farther, but oh, odds. Somebody didn't remind me again. I need to get some whites. I need my odds out there. I'm glad I didn't hit the PSO then, because I would have missed out on $15, which would be important in this roll. There's my other $2 and change, guys. All right. So I don't think I have to explain the math on what we're covering here. Dice are out. That's a hard 10. It's a hard 10. That's another field winner, which means that's a hard 10. I put regular 10 in there. Let me put the hard 10. And what I mean by I put the wrong 10 in there is I'm using this roll tracker software, Troy from Point 7 Out. Thank you for the latest version. George from CY, thank you for putting me in touch with this software and with both of you. So 10, because you would have to see how I actually run the show and record these live. And I have a video. I have another camera sitting up behind me watching everything I'm doing. I just don't want anybody to see my fat ass. Anyway, so we're gonna get paid on the field because it's a field winner, and we're gonna press. Going to borrow $1 over here. Okay, guys, guess what? We're back at the 30 and 25. We would only press one more time and then collect, and we're just about even lopsided on what we've won over here versus what we're going to lose. And the point of these videos in the early days isn't to win money, it's to show you that you're money managed, you're reducing your exposure, covering your exposures on both sides, and don't lose as much as I did in the beginning. Dice are out. There's a hard 8. That 8 is going to take us away from here. That is in the field. It's I take that look at that money, I go away, and I cringed, and it really bothered me. I'm going to come back out here with a quarter on the don't. Because now that hurt us, because now that's going to take the possibility of us being above our starting point to below. And if we kept doing this, hitting the points, obviously we would not do that. I have found that that doesn't specifically happen all the time. Dice are out. Just what I just said. There's another horn number. That's ace deuce. That's a quarter. So that would be like, we just won the quarter back here. We still had $18 up there that we would have to recover. All right, we're coming out. Dice are out. And we're right back on the 8. And this is standard play to see more 6s and 8s, more 5s and 9s, and 4s and 10s. I'm a little disappointed in the first 2 videos I haven't hit a 4 or a 10 yet, because as Big AZ would say, that's the green light special. Back then when I started playing, I didn't know what that meant. I don't know that he was saying it then. So we're going to come back out with our odds and our field bet. I need some change. And we're going to play the same thing. Now this seems redundant and it seems boring. Just bear with me, because when we're done with this, we'll take a look. Whether we're up or down isn't the point in the first couple of videos that I'm doing about why I learned to play the don't. Dice are out. And there's a 5-1-6. It's a 5 against the wall. A 6 maybe out of view. 5-1-6. And we have 30. No, we have 20. Yeah, we have 30 on the 6. That's going to pay us 35. Now, remember, I was timid and scared. I wouldn't press anymore. That's going to be a collect here. We're going to lose here. I am going to borrow the money here to put the field back up. So we won 35, we lost 15. It's a $20 gain, if that makes sense to you. It should. And I just, in the early days, dice are out, I didn't realize I should have also been pressing. There's a 9, that's a field winner. If we weren't already where we are on the 5 and 9 in these first 2 videos, I will go farther than that in the next videos after this. That's a winner. All right. So we know the 0.7 ounce coming, and in the early days, I didn't think about changing anything. Right now, with 30 and 36 and 15, you know, against winning $40 over here, doesn't make sense. But then again, this is all in our bank in the positive side. Dice are out. And there's the 0.7 out. Okay, so once again, the dealer would come and take these chips. I would look at them, feel horrible, even though I was getting paid. Quarter on the flat, 15 on the odds. All right, let's just bring it all out here and see where we stand after these 3 videos. If you can take a look at the greens already, you can see that we are above 300. And although we had a couple long rolls, and if somebody wanted to go back and record the wins and losses and playing minimum 15s with minimum presses, you would probably say that this side is going to fare better than the light side at this level. 100, 200, 300, 375, 380, 386. 386, an $86 winner. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but the power of the don't, we didn't lose our $300 buy-in. In this case, we came ahead on the $300 buy-in. Remember, in part 1, we were a $13 loser. Now we are an $86 winner. And in part 3, I'll expand that a little bit more with raising my presses and maybe even a regression at some point on a long roll. And then in future videos thereafter, I'll incorporate the come and the don't come, and you'll see how I play. Anyway, guys, this is Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps. If you haven't, I'd appreciate if you click that red subscribe button. Bing, ring that bell. Click the like button, whether you liked it or not. No, I'm just kidding. If you liked it, please click the like. Spread the word. I am a novice craps player and a novice YouTuber trying to bring some thought process to the game in a wide variety of things. Till next time, guys, play smart and be safe.